Hello! For today I will be doing a video on how to do wire wrapped rings. Now if you look on different museum websites you can find wire wrapped rings have actually been around for centuries. For today's video, due to the stay-at-home order with the pandemic, I am improvising and I will be using a thicker gauge wire. I would highly recommend using like maybe an 18 gauge rather than today I will be using a 16 gauge, and you'll find it's thicker and not as pliable, but work with me on this. Just the same, I'm also going to improvise and I'll be using a curling iron as my hard round surface to put the rings on to help give it the round shape. Now to see what wire wrapped rings look like, here's an idea of what I will be working on today. So follow me as I show you how to make wire wrapped rings. To make this as simple as possible, I've got my wire, I've got my jewel, I've got a tool that's actually got 3 different parts to it, and I'm using my curling iron as a hard surface for putting the ring around. Now first, you want to take your wire and measure out about 12 inches. And then cut your wire. Next, you want to take your bead or your jewel, slide it on, and you want it about halfway, at the halfway point. And then from here, I'm actually going to use my curling iron, and then I'm going to hold the stone in place. While I wrap one wire up and one wire underneath. Now once I get the wires to the front, I want to wrap around underneath the top and underneath the bottom. You want to make sure to pull this as tight as you can. This depends on the type of wire you have. If you have 16 gauge versus 18, will then determine how pliable the wire is. Now from here, you want to wrap the top wire underneath and the bottom wire over the top. And then from here, I'm going to use my tool. And you're going to wrap it and kind of coil it around the side at least 2 to 3 times. You want to try and make this as tight as you can. Now once you've got it coiled about 2 or 3 times on the side, then you just want to push down the edge there and trim off the excess so you don't have a sharp point. And then do that to the other side of the ring. You want to pull it through and coil it around as tightly as you can. And as you can see, I'm struggling a bit with this wire. This is an example of why I prefer to use 18 or 20 gauge rather than the 16, but I am using what's currently available. Now, once you have both sides coiled, I like to take the pliers here and squeeze the middle together. That way it's a little more firm. See? And then you want to take, in this case, the curling iron, but any hard round surface should work. You want to reshape the ring to help make sure it's a perfect circle. And I now have a ring. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know and subscribe.